Good morning. What a beautiful day it is today. Look at that. Fantastic. So for those who don't know me, my name's Cuss and this is my channel. Thanks for coming along. It's Monday the 25th of August today, which is a bank holiday in the UK. So it means I've got a day off. I've got a few hours this morning, it's nice and early. I thought I'd just get out, hit the road while it's quiet and have a stretch of the legs. Let's go. So I was editing a film I just recorded yesterday. I had the pleasure of riding with Peter Treadway and some of his friends. And I thought to myself, I've not really shared too much about myself yet. I talk about the fact I love cycling, etc., but I don't really give any context to what I do. So I thought I'd try and do that today. And then that opened my mind to the thought, perhaps I can show you what I do in a week. So the plan for this video is I'm going to record all my rides of the week, but just to show the amount of cycling that I do. So I've got a full-time job and I'm a father of two. So it's not a case that I can just go out as and when I want to. I do have to pick and choose my times, and I have to make some small sacrifices. One of those sacrifices is that if I do want to ride, quite often I need to get up early and get it done before everyone else is awake in my house, because I've got to be mindful of the fact that I'm needed for them as well. Now the plan specifically for today is I'm going to do just over 40 miles. There's a nice little hill near me, and it's pretty much the only proper climb that I've got. And I want to compare a couple of sets of wheels, one that's brand new, which might be of interest, and my current ones on my bike, which is actually quite new to me, just to make the decision on which ones I'd rather have for the time being. So I'm going to head over there. It's called North Hill near Danbury. And I say, it's pretty much the only hill I've got, but I think it'll give a good test to the wheels to see which ones might be best. Because the ones I've gone for, they're quite lightweight. Definitely lighter than the current ones I've got. They've got the waveform. Allegedly, that helps with side winds, etc. Whether it does or whether that's just something to encourage us to buy, who knows. But that's what they say. So in a normal week, I'll try and get out once a weekend, and then I'll cycle 3 times probably into work and back, which is just under 20 miles each way. The ride on a weekend will vary depending on what my opportunities are. And as a parent, I'm sure some of you also know, whilst you might make some good plans and be really looking forward to them, unfortunately at times, those plans do have to change. That's just the way it is. I do feel that I've really stepped my cycling up these last 2-3 years. I used to always average about 2,500 miles a year, and then 3 years ago it just kind of clicked. It was possibly because of the age of my children we're now getting to that allowed me to get a few more miles in. So it's been steadily increasing, with last year being the biggest at about 4,500 miles. Currently right now, we're in August, I'm on 4,000 miles, and I'm aiming to reach about 6,000 miles by the end of the year. If I don't, then so be it. But that's just a little motivation for me, especially in the winter months, to keep going. So in a week, I average anywhere from between 100 to 200 miles. And that mostly depends on the activity on the weekend more than anything. So how do you get your miles in? What do you have to do? What sacrifices do you have to make? Tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear. If you've got any tips about how to get those miles in, any cheat codes, share with us. There might be someone who will really benefit from those. One of the questions I sometimes ask myself is, am I normal? Does everyone else get up at the crack of dawn to get their miles in? This is no means is a flex by myself. Please don't take it that way. I'm just trying to show you a little bit more about myself and what I do, to allow you to peek through the curtain a little bit and understand the context of when, like in the previous video I say about loving cycling. It's over 20 miles into this ride now, and I'm near the climb of North Hill. Whilst I'm going to be recording my effort up North Hill, I'll be on this video. I'll be on a video in about 2 to 3 weeks time. Not too sure what I did there. For some reason, I decided to go a bit harder. So it's about 9 o'clock. I'm about 45 miles in. I've just got about 1 or 2 miles left to go to get home. By the time I get in, one of the kids will probably be awake. The other one will still be fast asleep in their pit. Therefore, there's been no impact on them, and we can have the lovely day. The plan will be tomorrow is to ride into work. I have to get up about 5 o'clock in the morning to do that. Again, to a lot of people, that's probably not normal. But it's the only way I find that I can get my miles in, get my riding in. And as much as the mornings can hurt, I do enjoy it. It's not the worst sacrifice for getting up. Whether I say that again in the deepest, darkest winter is a different thing. But for now, anyway, in the summer, it's rude not to. Good morning, so it's Tuesday the 26th of August. Time's 5:15 in the morning. And today I'm off to work now. So I get up about 5:05 in the morning. I do this normally 3-4 times a week. Thankfully I only work 4 times a week, so it's never the 5. I get a lie-in on a Thursday, which I look forward to every time. So the ride's just shy of 20 miles into Chelmsford. It's a mixture of country back lanes and riding along the A12, which, to anyone that doesn't know, is as close to a motorway as you're going to get. It's not the most relaxing of stretches, but I really believe in commuting to work by bike if you have the opportunity, and I appreciate not everyone does have the opportunity. I'm fortunate that I do. It's just you have to get up at 5:05 in the morning, which isn't great. Right, enough of that. Let's get geared up and get out there. So I might not record too much of the first part of my ride into work today, purely because it's still dark. Riding this time of day, just before the sun rises, it's a beautiful time to ride. The roads are quiet, wildlife still around. It's just really peaceful. And doing that before you get into work, whatever it is you do, I've no doubt there's some stress in your job. Just having an hour on your bike in a peaceful environment like this, it just sets me up for a good day at work. I think I said in one of my earlier videos, I was working in an office, sat at a desk. I don't really even see out the window for 10 hours a day. I'm oblivious to what's going on outside. So this hour, and then my ride home, it just fixes me. Now I'm not gonna preach you the morals as the reason to cycle into work. Everyone's got a different situation, and it's not possible for everyone. It might be because of the distance, dropping off children, the fact that the roads that are near you aren't particularly safe to ride on. So many reasons to not. However, I'm really fortunate that most of the reasons not to, I don't have. So then it comes to the point where I have no excuses. I just get out on my bike and I go. So as I said earlier on, I get to cycle down some beautiful lanes, see some gorgeous wildlife. However, I then hit the main road. Now, I'm fortunate that there is a path, and at times there's a barrier, although there's plenty of times when there isn't. But yeah, I do appreciate for those that are put off commuting to work by bike because of busy roads. If all that road was alongside this, I'm not too sure I'd want to either, to be fair. You just got to get your head down and get pedaling. I've had people before ask me why I ride the gravel bike to work. Why not my main bike, my faster bike? And there's a number of reasons why I do that. Key one is the other bike. This is my favourite bike. It's my more expensive bike, my special bike. We've all got that one, that special one that we love. And so I want to protect it and just ride and enjoy that on the weekends. Another thing is, and particularly this bike, the Tri-Aero Graro, it's so smooth. It's a carbon layup, I'm sure. But also the fact that I can put gravel tyres on this bike, it just takes out all the imperfections of the road. And especially in the morning when you're riding, it just feels so much nicer. There's also times when you go riding gravel patches, I take a few shortcuts as well. And so to have that gravel bike gives me the ability to do that without normally risking a puncture. And to be fair, I really enjoy riding this bike. So it's 6:30 now. I've done 18 miles. I've got about a mile and a half left to go to get to the office. It's been a great ride in. I think I've been blessed with the weather. I reckon I might pay the price of that on my way back. We've missed the headwind, paying a visit. Visit stands. I'm wide awake. I've got the endorphins building. I feel ready for my day and I feel good. So I'll see you later. So that's the working day done. It's just after 5 o'clock. I've got a 19-mile ride home. Let's go. So I can't help but admit that my motivation to commute by bike is far higher in the morning cycling to work than when it is when I'm on my way home. The reason being is, in the morning I enjoy the ride, I take a little bit of time, I'm in no rush to get into work. Whereas come home time, I just want to get home. I don't want the delay. And so if I could just cycle in and then maybe magically get home in the evening, I wouldn't turn down that option. And I think there's another reason as well. In the morning, there's less traffic with the time I set off. The roads are much quieter. I find that people are calmer. I don't want to make this a driver v cyclist issue, but come the afternoons when I'm cycling home, that's when I meet aggression. I've had a number of threats while I've been out on the bike by drivers. They've only ever been in the afternoon. And I understand they want to get home too. So their psychology is the same as mine. And potentially my presence on the road is preventing them from doing what they want. So I am going to build up that frustration. And they might have had a bad day at work. And then there's a guy at Lycra delaying them from getting home, delaying them from their place of sanctuary. So I can understand the aggression. At the same time, I'm just trying to ride my bike. I'm trying to keep fit. I'm trying to do a hobby. I'm trying to do my bit for the environment. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's day. So it'd be nice if we could all just get along and share the road. Now, I kind of showed off this morning about some of the views down the country lanes. I'm not too sure I can show off about the views here. It's not my intention to try and convince you to cycle to work. You do what you want. All I'll tell you is the benefits I've found from cycling to work. And here's another one. When I drive to work in the week, I spend £40 on fuel. I'm no mathematician, but if we say there's 4 weeks in a month, 4 times 4 is £160 I'm saving. I can't spend that all on bike stuff, but when I'm looking to spend a little bit of money on my bike, I've got a good argument with the missus straight away. I tell you what, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I pretty much always look on the weather forecast before I go for a ride. And I normally just use Google for the forecast. When I looked at it this afternoon before I left to go home, the headwind looked horrific. However, this is why you should never trust the weatherman, because Mr. Tailwind is here and it's going to be a good ride home. The nemesis returns, crossing the A120. How long will it take? I just want to go there. Oh, I've got a jump. Go, 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 go. And we make it. So I'm back in the safety of the lanes, near to where I live now. I think I've got about 2 miles left. I'll leave today here. But yeah, hopefully you've seen a positive with the commuting to work. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring? Tomorrow's a whole another day. And seeing as today's been so kind, will I pay the price tomorrow? Let's find out. Morning. It's Wednesday morning. It's 5:10. Back on the road now. It's about 5:25 and I've got to ride in to work again. Once you start watching cycling content on YouTube, soon enough the algorithm will send you training plan videos or videos with regards to training plans and how you can improve as a cyclist. Now if you're a competitive cyclist or you're a cyclist that wants to be competitive, then these will be suitable for you and learn the tips that they provide. However, if you're like me and you're not competitive, you just enjoy being on a bike, although you do want your rides to be slightly easier at times and be able to climb up those hills a little bit faster, do you need a training plan for that? My opinion, that if you're not competitive, the best way you can improve your cycling is to cycle more. The human body is an amazing thing and it will adapt and overcome and improve. So it's 6:10, the sun's up, and it looks like a beautiful day again. A beautiful day to be on the A12. So that's a ride in, nearly done. Another 19 miles ticked off the clock. Pretty uneventful ride in, to be totally honest with you. The traffic was kind, the weather's great, can't complain about the wind. It's a good day. Now I've just got the 10 hours of work before I cycle home. I'll see you on the other side. So it's the end of the day. I've ridden about 3 miles already just to get out of the city centre. It's always a little bit busy and not ideal when you've got a selfie stick in your hand. So far this week, just give you a running total, I've ridden 105 miles over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday morning. My ride home could be slightly different today in that I've got to go and collect a package. So I'm going to take a slightly different route, similar distance. It's been a delivery I've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks now. I wasn't sure if it's going to come, but I've had the little notification on Vinted that it's arrived. So I'm going to go and get it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'm not going to show it yet. That'll be for another time. But all I can say is I'm excited, and I think it's going to help me step my game up even more. Just can't wait for it. So as you can see, I commute to work by bike as much as I can. I'd really like to know with yourselves whether you do as well. If you do, what sort of distances are you cycling into work? Drop it down in the comment, let me know, tell me about it. I'd love to hear. I'd like to see whether I'm the norm. Because in my office, I'm the only one that does it. And I'd quite like to understand whether I'm unique or whether I've got other like-minded individuals elsewhere. So give me that bit of reassurance, please. If you don't cycle in, but you'd like to, what's stopping you? Is it the distance, the time, perceived cost, busy roads, lack of facilities at work? Yeah, you name it, many reasons. Let me know what they are, and that's myself or someone else in this community that's watching might be able to give a suggestion about how you can overcome that barrier and enjoy cycling into work yourself. So the forecast suggested that summer might be coming to a conclusion in the UK, and today's definitely an indicator. I've got a little bit of blue sky in front of me, but behind me I've got dark clouds and a few little raindrops. So I'm going to try and get to clear this package as quickly as possible and get it home before the rain starts. Because I'm not desperate to get wet. If I can avoid it, I'll be happy. So I just wanted to take this opportunity just to say a big thank you to everyone that's watched one of my videos, that's liked, that's commented, that's chosen to subscribe. The reaction and reception I've received has been nothing other than overwhelming. I'm just so grateful. I've really enjoyed it and I'm learning loads of, I just find it such great fun. And I'd highly encourage anyone else that's thinking about it to give it a go. Way up. No, it's alright. Just pull in front, it's okay. So we're nearly at the collection point for this parcel. Fingers crossed it's there. Managed to avoid the rain. So it's still a good day. Made a good time. Oh shit, we've got a car reversing right in front of me. Hasn't been so good to the last bit. Now everyone's coming out in front of me everywhere. Hey mate, I've got a parcel to collect. So my excitement turns into despair. Unfortunately, I'm told that my package isn't in the store. I've had that before. I've gone back with a number of member staff and then miraculously managed to find it. But what can you do? First world problems. We'll survive. I'll go back tomorrow and hopefully I'll get it then. I've still got a bit of time before I want what's in the package, so it's all good. Still got time to play with. Right then, so I've got a couple of miles to go to get home. Unfortunately, I absolutely flew on the way home. It was brilliant. But I've had to turn back on myself and realise that it's not because I'm super strong. It's It's because I had a tailwind. So I'm now going to pay the price with a nice headwind for the last 2 miles as my punishment without my package. I'll call it a day right now for today. Tomorrow's Thursday. My plan is to have a rest day, hopefully do a bit of editing, and then back to work Friday with another commute, weather permitting, and then start thinking of plans for the weekend. So, I'll see you then.
Good morning. It's 5:10. It's a battle this morning, but it's Friday. It's the last one. We've made it. We've made it to the end of the week. We can do this. I'll see you on the road.
So good morning everybody. As I said, we've made it to Friday. Woohoo! And I've not recorded much of the ride so far. On Thursday I edited some of the footage from Tuesday and Wednesday. And first thing in the morning when it's so dark, it's a little bit pointless. So I scaled that back. I thought I'd just wait till it starts to get a little bit lighter before I started to record. Also, the look has started to run out and it's chucking it down. So I don't think I'll have the camera out too much, to be honest, just at the moment. I don't think my life insurance company will be all that impressed if when looking at my beneficiary's claim, they hear that the cause of the crash was me having a selfie stick in my hand, going through a massive puddle. So I'll see you soon. For those of you that ride tubeless, you're probably familiar that faint little hissing noise. So something comes out of nowhere. Again and again and again. I've got that noise. I've clearly got a puncture somewhere. I've got about 3 miles to go. I don't want to stop and start faffing around. So I'm going to hope that I can limp in and then sort it out when I get to work. So I've been told on a few occasions that I'm a little bit stubborn. I disagree. Although, perhaps on this occasion I've not stopped. I've just cycled in. I've got 1 mile to go. It'll last. Worst come to the worst, I'll walk. I can't be bothered trying to sort it out in the rain when I can go somewhere else in the dry and sort it. But I'll call it a day now. I'm virtually in. Have a great day. And I'll see you on Friday afternoon. Woo! And we are done. That's Friday over and done with. Just got the 19-mile ride home. Let's bring it on. So for those with a memory, I've managed to fix my puncture when I go into the office. I just put a plug in it. I think I'm a little bit low, sealing was probably didn't help. I did buy some, so I did buy a little bit more, but I haven't put it in yet because it's not the same brand, so I'm a little bit nervous about mixing my brands of sealants. I'm not too sure quite what the rules are with that. So fingers crossed, with the little bit of sealant that was still in there, the plug and a bit of air, hopefully I should make it home. So here's one for the comments. After you've had a flat and you fixed it, do you constantly feel phantom flats in your wheel? I don't know if it's just me or whether it's just something that impacts us all. But I'm constantly feeling out for a bit of the old softness in the rear wheel at the minute. And I mean, oh no, it's gone flat again. It might not have, but I find I do go like this after I've had a flat. Anyway, fingers crossed I don't. And I can get back okay, because I've got about 16 miles left and I don't really want to walk that distance. I think this is the hardest bit when you are commuting by bike, is the fact that sometimes it's actually the cars that slow you down not the other way. Now I appreciate it's not their main task to do so. I find it so frustrating when they don't give you any room and no consideration. Again, I appreciate that they're just making their way home. But just moving a little bit out from the side to allow me to pass at times rather than me having to go inside to traffic would be lovely. It'd be a lot less dangerous for us all. I'm about 2 miles from home now. I spent a lot of this ride just thinking about what my riding plans are going to be for the weekend. I was hoping it'd be Sunday, because I've got to be honest, my legs are a little bit tired from this week. Unfortunately, I've got a few plans, so it's going to have to be Saturday, it's going to have to be in the morning. I'm thinking I'm just going to do a 40-ish mile ride, just something chill, but on a road bike. For me, it needs to be something that I see as a reward. So I love the water. So I'm going to aim towards some water, I think. Have a little bit of breakfast, head back, and then have the day with the family. So it's going to be a good day. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We've made it to the weekend. So it's Saturday. It's just before 7 o'clock. And I'm back on the road. So I've ridden 7 days straight. So I must admit, my legs are feeling a little bit tired. So the route for today is 45 miles. I'm going to go to Coggeshall, through a little bit, it's called Turling, all back lanes. Going to hit Heybridge, where there's some water. I'm going to stop at Heybridge, have a little bit of breakfast, round the side of Malden, Abberton Reservoir in Colchester, and then back home. So a lovely little loop. So for those that have stuck through with this video all the way to the end, it is a long one, I do apologise. Thank you so much. Hope it gives a bit of context for when I talk about my cycling activities. It's not just a front. I do ride my bike a lot. I enjoy it. When I get the opportunity, I do it.